What's your favourite children's book? If you were to ask someone in 1865, they might name this, The Death and Burial of Cock Robin, more commonly known as Who Killed Cock Robin. This is a very famous English nursery rhyme that you might remember from when you were a child. Versions of this story date back to 1744, when its first known copy was made, but like most nursery rhymes, scholars think it's a lot older, ranging historical influences like the death of William II, mysteriously killed like our Robin by a stray arrow, or versions in Norse or even Celtic mythology. It's still very much up for debate. But the reason why this book is so interesting to us is its beautiful, vivid colour illustrations, providing a very frank look at a typical English countryside burial in the 19th century. The poem itself is an almost charming walk through the process, various colourful woodland creatures volunteering to read psalms, carry the pall in the coffin, dig the grave, and they even reference more unfamiliar practices that were once the done thing, going back as far as the 15th century, such as ringing a bell at the head of the procession or carrying a link or torch, essential for nighttime funeral processions that were very fashionable in the 1600s. And what's really interesting about this book, for all its detail, is that it was made specifically for children. It might not be a surprise that children were drawn to books like this. The enduring popularity of writers like Neil Gaiman, Lemony Snicket, Roald Dahl, Lewis Carroll show children have always liked the strange and the morbid. But this particularly frank take shows an intimacy with death that might feel very foreign to us today. The 19th century is infamous for its high infant mortality rate, with most of the children who managed to reach the age of 12 likely losing friends and siblings along the way, be it to infectious diseases or poor living and working conditions. This meant that young people were much more aware of the realities of life and death, and they were encouraged by adults to interact with it. Though printed copies like this were usually referred for the educated middle classes, nursery rhymes were sung by rich and poor alike, and young children of all classes viewed dead bodies, attended funerals, wore mourning clothes, and as you can see here, weren't sheltered from the more practical aspects of death and burial in their toys, games and books as they might be today.
報道無罪，知情有價，請支持追新聞。